Hello everyone. Today, the content we're learning is agricultural control of weeds. Agricultural control utilizes a series of cultivation management techniques that, while favoring crop growth and development, create farmland ecological environments unfavorable for weed occurrence and reproduction, thereby achieving the goal of suppressing or reducing weed damage. This control method has advantages of being economical, environmentally friendly, safe, etc., and is an important foundation of integrated weed management systems. Below, from several aspects, we'll learn in detail about agricultural control measures for weeds. 1. Preventing weed invasion. First, we must guard the first line of defense against weed invasion, that is, prevent weed seeds and propagules from entering farmland. Carefully select seeds. Before sowing, we must strictly screen crop seeds. Often, crop seeds contain mixed weed seeds. For example, in wheat seeds, wild oat seeds may be mixed in. We can use winnowing, screening, water selection, and other methods to remove weed seeds. Clean organic fertilizer. We know that if organic fertilizer is improperly handled, it may also carry large quantities of weed seeds. For example, organic fertilizer composted with straw and livestock manure containing weed seeds, if not fully decomposed, weed seeds will enter farmland along with the organic fertilizer. Therefore, before using organic fertilizer, high-temperature composting treatment is required. Generally, compost temperature should reach 50 to 60 degrees Celsius, sustained for a period of time. This can kill most weed seeds and pathogens. Prevent irrigation water and farm machinery from spreading weeds. Irrigation water may carry weed seeds and propagules, so during irrigation, try to use clean water sources. If using river water, lake water, etc., it's best to use them for irrigation after sedimentation, filtration, and other treatments. Meanwhile, when farm machinery works in different plots, it may also carry weed seeds and propagules. Therefore, before farm machinery transfers to new plots, thorough cleaning is required to prevent weed dispersal. 2. Reasonable crop rotation. Reasonable crop rotation is a very effective agricultural weed control measure. Different crops have different growth habits and cultivation methods. Through rotation, we can change weed living environments, suppressing weed growth. Different crop type rotation. For example, in dryland, rotate grain crops and cash crops like wheat-cotton rotation. Wheat is a densely planted crop. In early growth stage, it can rapidly cover the ground, suppressing weed growth. Cotton has a long growth cycle, with larger plant and row spacing. Early stages easily breed weeds, but in late cotton growth stages, plants are tall, which can also have certain inhibitory effects on weeds. Through this rotation method, we can reduce weed species types and quantities. Wetland-dryland rotation. Wetland-dryland rotation is a more effective weed control method. For example, rice-wheat rotation. During rice growth period, fields are in flooded condition for extended periods. This has strong inhibitory effects on some dryland weeds. Many dryland weeds cannot survive under flooded conditions. During wheat growth period, fields are drained and dry, which can suppress some aquatic weed growth. This can significantly reduce weed damage. 3. Deep plowing and intertillage. Deep plowing. Deep plowing refers to exchanging deep and surface soil layers through plowing and other methods. Deep plowing can bury surface weed seeds into deep soil layers, making weed seeds difficult to germinate and emerge. Meanwhile, it can also turn deep layer weed rhizomes and other propagules to the surface. Through sun drying, air drying, etc., they lose vitality. Generally speaking, deep plowing depth is around 20 to 30 centimeters. For example, for some perennial weeds like nutgrass, whose underground rhizomes are distributed deeply, deep plowing can effectively destroy their rhizomes, reducing weed numbers. Intertillage. Intertillage is topsoil cultivation performed during crop growth period. Intertillage can loosen soil, improve soil permeability, promote crop growth. Meanwhile, it can also cut weed root systems, eradicating weeds. Timing and frequency of intertillage should be determined based on crop growth conditions and weed occurrence situations. Generally, in crop early growth stage, weeds grow rapidly. Intertillage frequency can be more. As crops grow, plants gradually become tall. Intertillage frequency can be appropriately reduced. Intertillage depth is generally around 5 to 10 centimeters. 4. Adjusting sowing date and planting density. Adjusting sowing date. By adjusting crop sowing dates, we can stagger crop growth from weed growth, thereby reducing weed damage. For example, appropriately advancing or delaying crop sowing time, so crops during weed growth peak period already have stronger competitiveness. Taking corn as an example, if sowing is appropriately advanced, before weeds emerge in large quantities, corn has already grown to a certain height, can better suppress weed growth. Reasonable dense planting. Reasonable dense planting enables crops to quickly cover the ground, reducing weed opportunities to obtain sunlight, water, and nutrients. When crop population structure is reasonable, plants compete with each other, can form a closed environment with obvious inhibitory effects on weed growth. For example, after reasonable dense planting of soybeans, plants grow vigorously. Field canopy closure increases. Weed growth space becomes limited. Weed growth amount also decreases significantly. 5. Mulching. Mulching uses various materials to cover soil surface, preventing weed seeds from receiving light, thereby inhibiting weed germination and growth. Straw mulching. Straw mulching is a common mulching method. After crushing corn, wheat, and other crop straw and covering it in fields, not only can it suppress weed growth, but also maintain soil moisture, increase soil fertility. Generally, straw mulching thickness is around 5 to 10 centimeters. Plastic film mulching. Plastic film mulching is widely applied in vegetable, melon, and fruit cultivation. Film can increase ground temperature, maintain soil moisture, and also effectively suppress weed growth. Black plastic film has better weed control effects because it can block sunlight, preventing weeds from photosynthesizing. Students, agricultural weed control is a systematic project. We need to comprehensively apply various control measures through preventing weed invasion, reasonable rotation, deep plowing, and intertillage, adjusting sowing dates and planting density, as well as mulching and other methods. We can effectively control weed growth, reduce weed damage to crops, achieving sustainable agricultural development. Hope everyone in future study and practice can flexibly apply these agricultural control measures, contributing to agricultural production. Today's lesson ends here. Thank everyone.